So today you guys are wondering like what I might be doing. It's gonna be like a process of videos because it's gonna take me some time to work on, but I am going to make Kaneki's Kagune from Tokyo Ghoul or Kaneki Reza, which whoever. Does that make me brighter? That's bright enough for me. So I'm gonna make that from Tokyo Ghoul, the main one you normally see. So I'm just gonna show you the items you need really quickly because this is gonna be a long video or just the intro. So let's get into it. So the very first thing I did is I took my pool noodle and I stringed the wire through the body of the noodle and the inside. It is very hard because the wire I used wasn't very bendable to start out with smaller dents in it. So I noticed my pool noodle was stronger than the wire, so I double sided it, yeah, if you can say that, with the pool noodle. So I taped wire on the outside as well to make more of a structure for my pool noodle. So when I start to shape my Kagune, each limb, I guess you would say, would look realistic and it would hold its shape. So I taped inside and outside, and then I actually took tape and wrapped the whole body up. The reason why I used tape was because when it came down to the actual scales I used, it would burn through the noodle if I didn't have the tape. So this is the tip part of the Kagune, so you would call this like the head. I used these tiny little cups because I didn't want paper mache around it, so I just took 3 of them and then I taped them so they wouldn't burn as well when I put the hot glue gun with the scales, just to give it a little extra like sharp point the Kagune has. These are the scales. The scales took me the longest time to do because I had to actually individually draw and cut them out. So it was really interesting to work with, but in the end it gives the shape and the body out for what you need it to do. So that's what I really worked on this whole time. This part is me just going over the body with the actual scales and hot gluing them. You can see that I taped them. Every Kagune has tape so it wouldn't burn through the tape. The only issue I had with this is I was starting from the top and bottom and I wasn't going at the right pattern that I started it. The top part was me going from top to bottom and the bottom was me going bottom to top. So when it connected, you can see the very differences it has when you put the scales on. So my thing is you should just put the scales on starting from one direction and going to the direction you're ending at. Don't try to half and half it because you will see a difference in them. I used a cherry red spray paint. I didn't show this part, but I do show where I'm shading it in. I used a cherry red and covered most of the body in it. You can see some of the sides do have color still from the little foam pieces I used, but it's 100% okay because I'm going with a black. And the black just makes the shading and like a little bit of shadows, a little easy stuff to clean it up a bit. It worked out perfectly in the end. But here is what it looks like after it's all put together. I did have to take apart these and spray paint them, but I re-glued them all and I put a waist trainer on the back of it so it would stay up on me, and the final product looked like this. I hope you guys learned something from this.